My name is Danae Sheeran, and welcome to my Theory to Practice project. First, I'll share a little bit about my own personal learning experience. I was homeschooled kindergarten through 12th grade. This was a very positive experience for me. The way I was taught has hugely influenced who I am, both as an individual and also in my desire to be a teacher and the type of teacher that I want to become. The creativity and flexibility that I experienced throughout my years growing up in education has inspired me and given me a vision for how I want to teach my students in my classroom, even though they don't have that option to be homeschooled. I feel that they can still have the flexibility and the creativity aspect that I was able to have through my experience of being homeschooled. Because I was homeschooled, my most influential teacher obviously was my mother. She was an amazing teacher. She loved to learn, probably more than we did, and her enthusiasm for learning and for knowledge and just her excitement for teaching us really pushed us and drove us to love learning as much as she did. She was always very positive towards us, always very encouraging, and pushed us towards our potential, and she just treated us like we were the next president of the United States. Like, she just always believed in us and pushed us to become better students and better individuals. Successful structures for me were always activities that were creative or inquiry-based, flexibility where things weren't laid out in black and white. You do it this way and you get it done in this certain amount of time and there's no other way to do it. The projects that were flexible were the most intriguing to me and the ones that I learned the most from. And application to real life, that was always really important to me, even as a young child. If I didn't see why it applied to me or why it would ever apply to me, I really didn't like it and I didn't care to learn it. Going along with that, structures that were ineffective for me were, as you can imagine, plain worksheets or just memorizing things just to cram the information in, and when it didn't have any real application to my life or any background or foundation in something that I was interested in. I always remember really disliking those types of learning methods. One of my most memorable projects was a time that we created the earth out of clay, and then you took a slice out of it and you could see the core of the earth and all the different layers, and we made it ourselves, and then we baked it in the oven, and then we wrote about what we had learned and so forth. And I just remember really thinking that I was so cool and that I was practically a scientist because we had done this awesome project, and there it was. I could hold it, I could show people and tell them all about the earth, and it was my own model. So anything that was multimodal or hands-on, interactive, just things that were interesting to me were the ones that really stuck out project-wise even years later. I don't really feel that I affiliate myself with one specific educational theory. I think that a balance of several of them is the healthiest way to teach. The constructivist idea that you learn through your experiences with your environment, but also I think it's healthy to have a behaviorist type of a reward system for students, whether it's negative rewards or positive rewards. And then just the humanist perspective of, the children. It's important for them to learn about what they are interested in and to be able to delve deeper into those subjects. I just think a balance is necessary and healthy in a classroom. In my classroom, I would like my desks to be in clusters of 4 facing one another to encourage students' face-to-face interactions and group discussions with each other. I'm not sure what I would do with my desk, but I would like to be rarely just sitting up at my desk. I want to be moving throughout the room and talking with my students and really getting on their level. I want to incorporate inquiry-based learning really strongly in my classroom. The workshop model, just really get my students engaged and busy and in relationship that's meaningful, and have an education that's meaningful to them. I want to focus on integrating reading and writing, language, and speaking and listening into all content areas, whether it's science or math or technology or history. No matter what the subject is, I feel that it's vital that language arts is incorporated into all these subject areas so that our students can adequately express themselves on many levels and when they're discussing many different topics. So thank you for taking the time to watch my Theory to Practice project, and there's a little glimpse into what I hope my classroom will look like someday. And so thank you for watching.